Welcome to your daily dose of dopamine. Wow, do I have a cast of characters with me here today? I'm not even going to have them all introduce themselves. We're just going to continue a conversation. We just finished up with an hour of playing a game called I Am Completely Lost and asking the really wonderful, pertinent question, thank you, Patty, of why do we do this? What is it? What is the value? And we're in the midst of that conversation. Most people in this room right now have been affected by or have Parkinson's, so we're looking at it through that lens. Let's continue what we were talking about. Why do we do this? Why do we play either that game, I Am Completely Lost, or improv in general? And I saw some hands. Paula had something for you, and you're muted, Paula. Go ahead.
Yeah, in our skit, John, BJ was giving me a gift constantly, but I totally froze when it came in and saying, I don't know anything, what's going on. And he really put me back where I should be and said, ask your questions. And then there I went. And then all the questions came to me and it was wonderful. So thank you, BJ. That was great.
The clarity of that's the game, right? Coming in and saying who and what and where, figuring that out. And the gift of, as you stated, that someone helping you when you are indeed completely lost. Beautiful. Patty.
I think it's fair to say that we people with Parkinson's have a hard time acknowledging the fact that we could be completely lost cognitively.
And let's follow up on that, because I think that's beautiful, Patty. Why is it difficult to admit you are completely lost? Why?
Well, because we know that there's all sorts of potential for that to be the case, for our cognition to fail as we mature in our Parkinson's, which is also the case for other people who don't have Parkinson's as they age, but we're probably more sensitive to that.
Yeah, I'm hearing emotional stigma, sensitivity, beautiful. I saw Kelly, John, then Susan. Kelly.
And at the same time, when we say, okay, I've got Parkinson's, and so we're taking away that the other person may have another issue, the same issue, that is just as bad or maybe worse. And so it's sort of like, it's I don't like to use this word necessarily, but it's an excuse. I've got a basic little bit of form of a dementia. I lose my words. I forget where I'm at, in a sense. And so it's sort of like, hey, guess what? I have empathy for you, but I have it too.
That's the word I heard, was empathy. Exactly. I want to highlight that in what you said. By sharing your thing, you're allowing the other person to say, me too, I'm with you, and be empathetically there. It's beautiful. John, then Susan.
Yeah, I sort of see this as the same thing as taking carbidopa, levodopa for my physical symptoms. This helps me in my cognitive abilities. It keeps me sharper to play games like this and have to be challenged by response that I'm not expecting or don't know, or I'm trying to process rationally rather than just responding with something. So I think this is just a great practice. Just like going to Rock Steady boxing, this is another form of therapy for me.
Way to keep you from hitting rock bottom. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Susan, go ahead, and then BJ.
Kind of spinning off of what Patty said, and I've forgotten half of what I wanted to say, but it was essentially that once we get in that place that of doubting ourselves, it can just feed and spiral down, and the brain's not working and we get lost.
I hear you so clearly, the spiral, how quickly that happens. And again, part of that is Parkinson's, the stigma, part of it is human and aging. It's emotional for sure. And thank you so much for sharing that. BJ, and then I think I saw Kelly again.
I would say, when you're dreaming up things on your own, it can kind of free flow and you're just kind of letting it happen. But when you're doing improv and interacting with another person, it adds some requirements to it, in the sense that you're interacting with someone else and they may change the scene and you have to react, but it may also open up other windows or doors that you wouldn't have flowed into otherwise.
Yeah. Perfectly said, BJ. Thank you so much. Kelly, do you have something again? I see Terry as well.
Yes. I heard today I said, okay, who's a name? Let's give so-and-so a name. And they said, oh, but I have trouble, with those names. So I just stick with whatever's there. So I see a fear, and I really had, I sort of like, I just wanted to say, don't be afraid. Just come up with something. It's not that right or wrong, but fear was holding this individual, I feel like, back, because it was sort of like, I may not say the right thing. I don't know, but it was just a fear there.
fear is a big part of this, and fear of being seen as wrong or stupid, or, you know,
Yeah.
whatever we do fear, that's a huge block. And so hopefully
Mhm.
we establish this as a safe place. Terry, you've got the final word on the daily dose. What you got, Terry?
Oh, great. I forgot what I was going to say, Robert.
That's so good. I love that so much. I'll give you a chance just in case, but if you forgot, we can end with auga. Super. Then everybody give an auga on 3. 1, 2, 3. Auga. We'll see you next time. Oh, that's so good.
Bye, everybody.